Hey, I'm Ian Zumra, and I am the director of the Tacqwacores. I'm also one of the producers.
Dominic Raines, one of the actors.
Bobby Nadarian, one of the actors.
All right, so I saw the film last night, really liked it. Now, if you had to, like, if people didn't have, a really good idea going into the film, if you had to, like, really, throw it out there, like, I hate to say label it, but, tell people what it's about, what would you label it as?
I mean, basically, in the simplest terms possible, it's a coming-of-age story. It's about this sort of nerdy Muslim engineering student played by Bobby, Muslim-American, Pakistani-American, and he moves into this house full of punk Muslims, and he's a bit naive to what they're up to, and it's almost like, you put a frog in boiling water, he doesn't notice what's happening until it's too late. That's sort of the story with Bobby, and again, it's sort of him coming to terms with his identity as an American Muslim.
Now, again, touching on that, there's a lot of themes in the film, especially like you said, coming of age, religion, self-expression. Where did you come from as a director, like, or even as actors, to put that on screen?
For me, the film was very personal. So I just, drew from a lot of experiences I had and moments I had in my life where, these things sort of happened. And it was really easy, for me to explore all this and almost therapeutic, to make this film. What about you guys?
For myself, I have, I grew up with an Islamic background, but I was, both my family and myself, it was, if anything, a vessel for a spiritual route than an orthodox way of living. But there was a lot of things that came of that. Growing up, I had issues with certain aspects of Islam with friends that I grew up around. So this was kind of like a great piece to kind of get a lot of unanswered questions answered, and try to find a place of that balance for myself. More or less, I mean, the whole piece was a good balance, discovery of balance.
Yeah, I thought, reading the script, the idea, I've never heard of a project like this happening. The subject matter, the way it was done, it was just something that was very, very attractive to me. I thought it was an important film. I thought he had done an amazing job. So amazing.
Now, too, like I said, as far as religion goes, there's a lot of things that challenge ideals, especially with, Muslim ideals. Was there anything that you really wanted to say, like, from a personal standpoint with the film? Especially, too, one of the biggest themes that I noticed was, how females are treated and, like, how females, are looked at.
Yeah, I mean, well, sometimes this is a very endearing film. We're all proud to be Muslim. At the same time, some things, some sort of practices, sort of could be seen, can seem, and in fact are outdated. One of the things we do in the film is there's a woman-led prayer that happens at a certain point in time, and those are certain things we did because we wanted to, what if you could do that? What if these things could happen? What does that mean? And how powerful could that be? And it wasn't in a way to sort of say we have to be doing this and this is this is what we must be doing now and challenging the orthodoxy of things, but rather it's coming at it in more of a creative and an endearing way and a loving way.
Yeah, just to piggyback what you were saying, I think this was a great expression of love, especially for my character, and in doing so, it was a nice vessel for myself to kind of have the freedom to express what I wanted to express from the deepest, because naturally when it comes to certain ideals, laws and guidelines that come with religion, we feel a little hung up sometimes. I know I have, not knowing exactly what's right, what's wrong, just kind of stuck in this dualistic lifestyle where it's like either good or evil, and it's like the whole aspect of one kind of goes out the window. So this was kind of a good place to play and allow myself to be free and find a sense of truth, which I found in the basis of which was love and I realized that there was no, which it kind of challenged the whole punk aspect of it. I didn't feel like it was necessary to be destructive in trying to portray or be a part of this piece and find a certain level of peace and truth or whatever.
Yeah, I just love the idea of asking questions. I don't think we said this is how it is. It was just basically young American Muslims in film who are not okay with certain things, whether it's a female or a man. There's aspects of the faith that they had issues with. Also, I mean, sexuality, that's a universal thing. For Yusuf, that's a universal thing. Different religions or different classes, sexes, or whatever. And the idea of actually questioning it, and he had always says bringing up discussion about it, at watching the film maybe, and then talking about it. It's opening things up. I don't think